Chosen One!
Welcome to the Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. Today on Unit 101, we are going to be going over a favorite of mine, none other than Mace Windu himself. So, Jedi Master Mace Windu brings us 4 points of Force, and he is a 7 squad point primary. He brings us a tactic, Rush to Action. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an allied Galactic Republic unit. Each character in this unit and each character in the chosen unit may dash. This allows Mace to impact multiple points. He allows him to move multiple bodies, and it's just a very good tactic. And he's bringing an innate Shatterpoint. When an allied unit is chosen to activate with the Shatterpoint card, before the unit activates, resolve an effect based on this unit's stance. If this unit's active stance is Form 7 Vapad, one character in this unit may dash and then may make a 5-die attack. If the stance is Jedi Master, you refresh 2 force and this character can heal 3 times. So this is really good. This is basically a second identity for Mace, as when you pull the Shatterpoint, you now don't have to activate him to get the effect. He can just get an effect. Very good at if you want extra movement, extra attacks, or if you want him to sustain your force and just sustain himself, keeping himself alive, healed up. It's very good. Tempered Aggression. When a character in this unit attacks or defends before dice are rolled, this unit may spend 1 to 3 force. If it does, that character adds 1 die to its roll for each force spent. This is really good as it's now an innate and it doesn't conflict with Coordinate Fire Expose or any Coordinate Fire in general. Expose doesn't exist anymore, but he can do all the things with Tempered Aggression and with your clones. And then we got This Party's Over. It's the same bread and butter that Mace has always had. While this character's engaged, Galactic Republic characters within 5 had Steadfast and Protection. He has had a glow up on his Vapad stance and on his Jedi Master stance. On Vapad, his offensive expertise has been fixed, so now he's getting 1 expertise gets him a crit, 2 to 3 gets him 2 crits, 4 plus gets him 3 crits. The cost to this, his offensive expertise being fixed, his defensive expertise lost a natural block on all results. So on his Vapad side, 1 expertise just gets you a crit to a hit. This is really bad. He is not as defensive as he used to be. He's really going to rely on that Steadfast and Protection if you keep him in Vapad for him to really stay alive. On Jedi Master, he gains a range attack, Force Blast. With the range expertise being 1 gets you a hit, 2 to 3 gets you 2 hits, 4 plus gets you a crit, a hit, and a pin. Very good with his range attack. It's not like overtuned where he's throwing crits, but having a range attack on his defensive side where he's got the shoves early on is going to give him some extra movement, and it's going to really allow him to have a much bigger threat radius on the board. And then his melee expertise is the same as his Vapad stance. On his defensive expertise, he maintains all of his result negation. So 1 gets you a hit to a fail, 2 to 3 gets you a crit to a fail, and a hit to a fail. 4 plus gives you that added jump to the crit to a fail and the hit to a fail. This side's a lot tankier. This side is where you're going to want to end your stance if he's trying to sustain. It's very good. So now we get further into detail with his Shatterpoint ability. How do you want to play Mace is going to determine on how you use the Shatterpoint. If you want Mace to just really sustain the board and be this tanky piece, you're going to want him on Jedi Master. He's going to refresh you 2 force every time you play the Shatterpoint, and he gets the 3 recovers. This is really big on how he can just body a point and your opponent will have a harder time getting him off. But if you want to play Mace more aggressively, you can keep him in Vapad, and now he's dashing across the board and getting 5-die attacks. If you set this up properly, he's going to be able to make extra attacks on you and really push out some damage because he can use Tempered Aggression on that 5-die attack. How I play Mace is I play him based on where he comes at in the order deck. If I flip the Shatterpoint card early, I generally do not shuffle the Shatterpoint back. I will use it to dash him up the board. Then when his activation happens, I will generally push him for a super aggressive Vapad attack, and then I'll switch him to Jedi Master so he can sustain. If I pull Mace early and my Shatterpoint is still in my deck, I may keep him in Jedi Mat or may keep him in Vapad stance and set up that 5 dice attack. Mace is one of these characters that he doesn't matter if he gets injured. None of his abilities go up in cost, which is the cool thing about him. I generally play Mace in the spur of the moment, where if I feel that my deck's going to refresh and Mace is going to come up sooner, I will keep him in the Form 7 stance just to make him super aggressive. But in a lot of lists, you'll see him just stay in Jedi Master because you're going to use him more as a support rather than the offensive monster he can be. Speaking of offense and defense, we're going to look at tempered aggression here. So I have a chart right down here. This is where you want to spend force for his tempered aggression on each stance. This is a cost for offense. I feel that Mace spending force on defense dice is diminishing returns because you never get more than 2 results taken away off of expertise, which means if you're pumping Mace to like 9 defense dice, every expertise above 2 is just basically does nothing. Unless you're going up against Anakin where you really want that jump to avoid the double attack so Mace prevents getting injured and you want the jump, you're generally not going to spend the force to up his defense dice. Now on offense, this is where Mace shines. On Form 7 Vapad, you will want to spend 1, 2, 3 force. If you spend 1 force, it gives him the 8 dice, which will give him his natural 2 expertise on average, meaning he's going to get the 2 crits in there. But I also like spending 3 if I really want him to spike and I really want him to kill something. He can get it done by spiking, and his getting 4 expertise off of a 10 die attack is fine because it converts to 3 crits. It's really good conversion rate, and it just allows him to spike. When it comes to the Jedi Master stance on offense, I like spending 2 to 3 force, and in most of the time, it is just 2. When I am in Jedi Master, I am not trying to wound, I am trying to shove and get my results through. So I will generally only spend 2 force on a tempered aggression attack just to get the natural 2 expertise on average, meaning I get those 2 crits in there or the 2 hits to really take advantage of the shoves. You want Mace going 2 down his tree at least to get the double shove and get him in position. As for lists where you can play Mace, I have 2 lists that I can share. One is a list that is designed to make Mace an output piece. The Mace Mundi pairing is something that you've seen me talk about on the cast before. On my Mace Anakin Dilemma episode, I go through this list in great detail. But Mace gets to play the hammer in this list. He is going to be moving everywhere. He's going to be constantly wanting to wound people to trigger Mundi. It is just a really good mid-range aggro list. If you want to play Mace as a sustaining role, Mace Obi is very popular right now. It is a very strong list. It gives you the force economy to really utilize Ahsoka and Rex with their abilities to get extra movement and extra attacks. And the hunker shenanigans with this list allows you to really be sticky on points and have your protection steadfast bubble it's set up in a way to where your clones are going to be very hard to take down. So this has been Unit 101 on Mace Windu. He is a favorite primary of mine. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know who you'd like to see next. Thank you for watching this episode of The Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. If you want to catch the next video, you can watch the one linked above, or you can just go and listen to the podcast on the playlist below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for your support.